What bothers me is when people make a mistake and they're like, oh, and then their person's running back on defense or like on offense. I'm like, get over that mistake, move on, and get your ass down the court, you know? It's okay to make mistakes, you gotta move on.
Right now as I'm filming it, it's 30th of April, which for those of you who are more regular fans of the channel know, we are in the heat of the early playoffs. Game 3's on tonight, Game 4's tomorrow, there were Game 3's yesterday. Heat of the NBA playoffs as well, yet I'm here at a, granted, very large private school in North County Dublin that is not hosting Euro League playoffs. I'm here to tell you the story of Shamrock Sióga, which is an LGBTQ plus basketball club based here in Dublin in Ireland. And if I'm really going to tell you the story, I've got to go a bit back first and to a few other places and then bring you back here. And then we'll go on somewhere else. It's a long story, but you're going to enjoy it.
My name is Jess, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm on the basketball team for Shamrock Sióga. I'm currently the communications officer, soon to be chair come September, and I play competitively with the guys as well.
The Sióga's first opponents didn't want to be on camera, so we have no footage from that game. What we saw was a raw team, very much still finding its way. But we did get to meet Jay at least.
And then when I moved to Ireland, it was really a struggle to find an inclusive club. I actually played rugby with Emerald Warriors, and then eventually found the basketball culture. So here we are.
And I got to ask about your basketball game. So, like, tell us about this, what you played growing up position-wise, and how you've adjusted now.
I played a guard when I was growing up, shooting guard, and
so you were like Michael Jordan.
Well, I was a lot younger back then, so I think I'm pretty much the oldest player on the team by decades, probably. But anyway, yeah, I grew up playing a shooting guard, and then in Ireland, I play a little bit of post, a little bit of guard, sometimes center, so it depends.
How I started. Literally how I started.
Yeah.
I think my dad put up a plank of wood with a ring in my back garden, and I loved football when I was a kid. I still love football, but when I was sick of kicking the ball, I'd throw the ball, and I would work from like the very front, and in like a couple of months I got all the way from one end of my garden to the other, and I was like, I'm actually kind of good at this. And I was 10, so when I went into secondary school, I started playing, and I just kind of picked it up. I had an amazing coach in school. He taught me to love the game and how to coach.
Who was your coach?
Cormac Connors.
Okay.
Brilliant guy. And yeah, I think thanks to him, like, I really took it on, and I just became a coach in school, and here I am now.
My primary school was very involved in basketball. I went to school in Coolock, and Mercy College was out there. That was the basketball club. So the primary school coach was a Mercy College coach, and because of my height, I just got told, you're playing basketball.
Yeah, you're sitting down. You're about 5'10", are you?
Yeah.
So you're pretty tall.
Yeah, I was this height at 10 years old as well.
Yeah.
So started off in primary school, played with Mercy Coolock for a few years. Then when I went to secondary school, made some new pals in Raheny, and then moved on to Leicester Basketball Club, played with those guys for a few years, which was the best days of my childhood, growing up playing basketball with those guys. So.
And how long did you play until,
I played in Leicester from the age of 14 till about 16, 17. Gave basketball a little break for a while, and then really missed it. It was a big part of my life. So took it up again in my early 20s with ABFRC in Artane, in Artane Beaumont Rec Centre, with the women's team there for a while, which was great. It was a nice social league. It was nice and very, chill. But I kind of was missing something. I didn't really feel 100% there because I didn't identify as a woman, so I was like, where do I go,
And so, was there a gap after that before Sióga, or?
Yeah, there was a few years after that. I kind of gave that a knock on the head. Then I would just play in the outdoor courts in the summer. I'd just grab a ball, go play with my pals, my work pals at the time, and just shoot around. And there wasn't really concrete there. Kind of lost some of my skills.
Shamrock Sióga, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Shamrock Sióga.
You don't think I'm good?
This was clearly a work in progress, but still, Sióga, despite not having any uniforms, were at least getting more buckets than their opponents. At just 25, Tatiana Brown Santos is quite young for a head coach, but she's learned to adapt with this team with its unique spread of skills.
Yeah, I have a degree in sports management, so I was like I don't want my degree to be my coaching because I was doing that before. I wanted to step up. So I reached out to a couple of people, and the development officer in Basketball Ireland in the Northeast Inner City replied to me, and he works with the NEIC Trojans. So I worked with them for just over a year, and that I think really changed my trajectory. That's how I got into Shamrock Sióga.
Oh, tell us how that led to that.
So Shane is the development officer. He was like, hey, we have this LGBT group that need a coach. Do you want a coach? And he didn't know that I was part of the community. So I was like, hell yeah. Went, and there was I think 12 people. And the level, this sounds so bad, the level was better than what I thought it was going to be. And everyone was so keen. They were asking me questions, and I was coming from a place where these kids were not wanting to play, but they did play. They didn't want to listen to the rules. They just wanted to be active, which was the goal in what I was coaching. But these people actually wanted to learn basketball. They wanted to talk tactics, and I'm itching to do that. I love the nitty-gritty details, to perfect techniques. So I was like, wow, this is cool. This could be something really good. We need to move the ball a lot more. We're passing the ball 2 or 3 times, and then we're shooting the ball. There's 24 seconds there to create a play for us to score from it. Okay? And while we are winning and scoring, which is great, we want to be able to have good ball movement, so we have multiple options, and that we're not just shooting and getting lucky and scoring. We're scoring because we deserve it. Chris, you have to talk.
Just over a year ago, I seen a post about Shamrock Sióga online on Instagram, and I said it was going for 5 weeks, and I said, feck it, I'll try this out and see how it goes, and since then I haven't looked back.
And for you, because how many years was it without playing hoops for you?
I'd say adding up it was over 10 years altogether, and I forgot how much of a core part of my life it was, and then when I picked up the ball again, it was like I never left the court.
I suppose for you, because obviously you've got a job as well, being able to be yourself, can you do that in your job normally as well?
Not really. I'm not. I try to be. I am out with my job and stuff like that, but in terms of my gender expression, my pronouns, they're not really well received. So this space for me is the ideal space where I can just be myself and have the community that is around me just making me feel 100% and just be authentic.
All of these games, all these practices had one target in mind: EuroGames in Lyon, a chance for Sióga to demonstrate their skills on an international stage.
So we have cutters, right? And we're moving, but we're not moving far enough as I'd like, okay? So I know I said move, but when I say move, I don't mean move here to here to here to here. Like that, I can stand like that and take up that much space. We want to go from here to here, or to here, or to here, or to there, or to here. Like go as far away as you can with reason to be able to get back there quick enough to get a pass. When we heard about EuroGames, and like all of us in the committee at the time were like, let's go. Like there was nothing that was too big, too aspirational, too far-fetched. We were like, let's do and achieve and accomplish everything. Like there was no limit in our head because we are the first test. Like we're the guinea pigs, we're the trailblazers. So like why not try everything? And if we can't, we do it next year, you know?
One of the biggest challenges for Sióga, really for any club that's newly formed, is dealing with the real spread of talent. Some players, a lot of experience, some not so much.
I actually really think it's cool though. I think that's a really cool element of it because we have two teams, competitive and social. The competitive guys, most of them have played before, so that's the kind of commonality there. And then it's like we're also gay, we're also queer. Whereas the social team is like, oh, we might have picked up a ball and skill, but we want this community more than learning how to play basketball. And I like to have, like, it's just great to have the two sides of Shamrock Sióga. One is like building athletes, and then the other is building community, as well as just like shooting hoops and having a good time. It's been tricky to get teams to play us because of availability. We aren't affiliated with a league right now, and the other clubs that we want to play who would be on the same par as us, they have their matches all lined up for the year ahead, so they don't really have time to play us. But we are we've sending emails, Instagram, trying to get the word out that we want to play because we really want to practice our new plays and all of that good stuff. You know.
Shamrock Sióga got the win on the night, but coach Tatiana O'Brien Santos wasn't entirely pleased. She was happy with the development of her players, but with the EuroGames fast approaching, she knew they could do a lot more. One thing that stood out to me was, even though you're all up quite a lot at the end of the first quarter, you still weren't happy. So tell us about the way you're progressing with this side.
So we have the EuroGames in July, and I think there's a standard there that we need to meet. Now the team is relatively new. We started in May, and the progression's been incredible. But I just know, based off experience myself playing, watching, officiating, it's just not up to par. So while there is good performances, I don't think that we should relax when there is still negative critiques to be given.
Oh no, absolutely. But one thing I found myself as I was filming, going on and on, is I was getting to the classic sort of person who watches basketball level, and I was disagreeing incredibly with a lot of the things you were doing, and then realizing that you know far more about basketball than me. I suppose, is that one of the things you're trying to make this more like the level that you're used to coaching at, basically?
Yeah, I think if we're going to build up to something, we can start with the fine-tuning details of things and bringing it back down to the basics, but you can do high-level basketball with basic skills and basic fundamentals, and I think that's more my style. So yeah, I was trying to kind of reiterate the fact that we need to take our time, do the simple things well, and not rush things. I think a lot of our mistakes came from kind of frantic moments. So
good. Yeah, first proper game in after Christmas, so we're getting over the indulgences, I suppose. Good to get a bit of sweat on, so yeah, feeling good. Yeah, we start back into our league now from the first week of February, so it was great to get this game in and a bit of prep for that. So all good. Yeah. And it's not your regular type of opponent, obviously. What was it like playing against a Sióga? Yeah, I mean, I played a mixed kind of social league on a Monday, so I'd be used to playing the mixed team. But yeah, normally, I mean, the Division 5 ladies are well able to throw the elbows, and it's pretty physical as well. So but it's always good. I mean, as long as everyone's there to kind of play the game and have a bit of fun, we're happy to play. So you're starting a team in any sport of this nature, like where it's bringing the different part of the community together. You're also bringing together ridiculous strings of experience and talent levels. Yeah. So you're getting players are used to playing with their own talent typically in most sports. Yes. You all have to get used to play with some people who might be a lot better than you, a lot worse, and you've got to adjust to that. What's that adjustment been like for y'all? For me personally, it's been a little bit difficult because, as you can imagine, I was fairly mediocre in women's sports, and now I'm not the best in the men's sports, even though the testosterone and the facial hair has done wonders for me. But in regards to getting up to that level is a little bit harder. But I know for other people themselves, doing that jump of just doing social to competitive itself is a bit of a stress on the body. But the best thing I found working and playing with the amazing team in Shamrock Sióga is that even though it's work, we're enjoying it. You know, I mean, people say if you have a job, you want to enjoy the job, and this necessarily isn't a job, but it's a hard working job, and we are all absolutely enjoying every single thing we do. Like you said, there is a gap there, but I think every session we improve ourselves and our mentality physically as well. But I think we're getting there, and I think if we just keep pushing, I think we're going to be to all our personal goals as well as the goals as a team as well. But yeah, I can't speak for the rest of the team, but I know from when it was set up about a year ago, I see a vast improvement thanks to our coach and through the committee as well. We've improved so much, and it's an absolute honour to watch people grow.
So we're going to see this Sióga playing in their jerseys, proper jerseys, for the first time. There's just one slight problem. Their opponents in this particular game, Tridents, wear green. The Sióga's jerseys are, you guessed it, green. So we'll see what happens.
are starting to pick up more. Like, I started off really, really basic, like spacing the floor, checking where your player is, getting into your attack position, like really simple stuff that you teach kids, because what Cormac, my first coach, taught me was that like you need this foundation here in order to build anything else, because you can be insane and dribble through your legs, but if you're running down the court and you're right by your player and you don't know where to be, I don't care if you can bounce the ball through your legs and dunk, like you can't do a simple fast break, you know, or like help your teammates without the ball. So it's more kind of building IQ, knowing why and how instead of just the how. And I think that's really translating now, like in our games. Hopefully in the last one that you saw, like it was much more cohesive. People were working as a team. There was like multiple passes before a score. It wasn't just a fast break. I think like we're a lot more stuck together now. Well, when I was with Bullets, we had some serious players there. And then I'd help out like here and there with other teams. So there has been a competitive side to coaching. Just in the last year, it was more like social or getting kids off the street and into courts. So that break there was kind of like, yes, I get to get this back. But I think I've got to learn off my previous mistakes. Like when I was coaching, let's say a 6th year team and I was in my 2nd year of college, I'd look back now and see like, oh, I should have taught this and then this so they would learn this. And I've learned, and now I'm doing it here and it's working. And I'm also like, I don't stop learning. Like I've learned so much by like seeing what people are doing wrong, or like people are saying like, oh, I don't understand this. And I'll try and find out a different way. I'm doing like research, searching things. And it's like, it's working, like trying to accommodate to everybody, and it's really working.
O'Brien Sandos's work in inclusion extends a bit beyond Shamrock Sióga. In addition to coaching this basketball side, she's also set up Unity Sports. This is an NGO which is using sports as sort of a way to empower different communities.
So Unity Sports started because I wanted to be my own boss, basically.
Okay.
I wanted to do my own events, because a lot of things follow like a certain structure here. You have to ask for approval here, and then like this from there and that from there. And I was just, I'm just going to get this myself and do it. And that's what I've been doing. And it's great, like, and especially there's such a demand with the LGBTQ plus scene. I'm extremely passionate about women in sports as well. And then to learn that there's an even further demand for like even more niche communities, like the deaf community. Queer Asian Pride are looking to collab with Shamrock Sióga and I'm thinking of an event with those guys as well. Like, it's just about creating and facilitating spaces for these people, because the existing structures exist for the elite or the most basic, which is not what everybody is, you know? So it'll be based on demand. Obviously, I have my most extensive experience in basketball, so there's a bit of bias there, and I've been doing it mostly in basketball. And I think 3v3 basketball is so cool, and I'm really enticed by it. So I ran an LGBT 3x3 basketball event like 3 weeks ago, I want to say. That went really well. I'm hoping to branch off into different sports. I love football, so I want to get into that. Make more trans sports days so people can try sports. Even if they're not athletic, you don't have to be athletic to throw a ball or catch a ball. And if you fail, you try, and you get people to make you feel better for failing, because it's okay to fail, you know? It's okay to not get it firsthand. So it'd be nice to create those spaces and those atmospheres with people that can teach and motivate at the same time.
like it's just after changing my life, my gender expression as well. Like I just feel so comfortable in myself. I feel so authentic. I feel like I'm 100% finally me, and I think this club helped it along as well.
A lot of people watching this are going to be noticing the wonderful decorative art across your arms. The one I'm going to have to go as the middle-aged bloke who's got an 86-year-old parent. So tell us about the mam one.
That was from
and the other one we saw beneath it there.
That's for my mom. She's my biggest supporter. That was just, I got it for Mother's Day a few years ago just because I just love her so much. She's the best. And then this was my granddad, me and my granddad. So it's just a photo of the two of us, and he was a great man as well. That's where I got my height from. He was a tall guy, so.
It's like having sort of the family support. Has that helped you, sort of both in life and in sort of getting back into hoops?
Yeah, 100%. Like when I was younger in school playing basketball, my parents would always drop me and my sister off because my sister played with me. They would always be giving us lifts. Drop us to basketball, will you pick us up from basketball, bring us to this tournament down the country, will you pay for our flights to this tournament across the way, blah, blah, blah. It's so nostalgic just getting ready in the house because I still live with my family, and I'm like, I'm on the way to basketball, I'm going to basketball, and they're just like, yeah, that's great. And they'll come to my matches and they'll come to our open days and fundraiser events and share things on social media and just like get their work friends involved. And they've been really, really supportive to Shamrock Sióga, and they know what it means to me. So, yeah. I think everyone has developed really well. Everyone, the intensity that people are putting into training is unmatched. Like the work everybody's putting in, the group effort, the team building that we've been doing, the chemistry that we've been creating together is just great. And even kind of weaker players, other people are picking them up and helping them and advising them. And we have 3 solid teams going, and I'm really excited to see what we achieve, because I think we can achieve something really well over in the EuroGames, like so.
Main thing I want to ask you about is because I've obviously I've been coming in and out during the season. They looked a lot better tonight than any other stage. Did you feel that? But did you feel like yourself as a coach?
Yeah, with training, I've been trying to push people to push themselves to their limits. I think when people are tired and make mistakes, that's when they truly learn. So I've been reiterating that a lot, and I think it's starting to show now in training. Yeah.
And obviously having them finally out fully kitted, that must have been nice too.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That was brilliant.
And are you feeling confident now before the big trip this summer?
I wouldn't say confident.
More content then?
More content. There's progression, there's development there. I would like to face maybe a bit more physicality. There's a couple of mismatches there, and we are facing teams that are one-gendered, so it's going to be interesting to see what EuroGames are like, and all of these teams that are going to EuroGames are well gelled. They've been playing together for quite some time, and Shamrock Sióga is 11 months old.
It was a tough game. It was tough. They are very fast, very athletic, super passing of the ball. But it was good fun. It was good fun.
And like obviously it's a very different type of team to what you're used to playing against. Like how did you find that experience?
Well, to be honest, it's not a whole lot different. It probably seems a little bit different, playing with different players. But once you get out, the opponent is in front of you. I thought they showed great sportsmanship. You know, just like any team, it didn't actually feel once you're out on the court. Yes, they were taller and sometimes had more physical strength than us. But I thought they had super sportsmanship, and it didn't really feel like playing against anybody else.
I believe this is the first time we're seeing the jerseys in actual action.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So the kit, are you happy? You guys probably being out fully kitted now, like?
Yes, we're extremely happy, and as you'll see on the back, we have our Sporting Pride logo, and we have Unity Sports logos, and then also we have our lovely logo for Shamrock Sióga on the front here as well. So we are very, very fortunate that we got sponsored by Behaviour, and also we have some upcoming news as well. We are getting some away kits as well, so you will see them in action not for another little while, but when we play the EuroGames in Lyon as well. So that's more. Stay tuned.
And the one that did that to me was because I've been to a few games going way back to when like we had the bad weather at the start of the season. You all looked a lot better out there tonight. It didn't just seem because you were in nicer kits. Do you feel you've gotten better as a player yourself this year?
Yes, I do, and I also think as well, like you were saying with kids, I think that comes with that confidence as well as a team, and also because we've been putting in a lot of work with our coach Tatiana, and as a team we've been training really, really hard, and then just getting to know the team ourselves as well. So I think we're very, very fortunate to train now. Up to some of us are training 4 times a week. So not all of us, not me, but some of us are training 4 times a week. So I think ultimately between confidence and skill, I think we're getting there. We have a lot to improve on, but again, I think like you said, since way back when, slowly but surely we're becoming Shamrock Sióga.
And like you've got these EuroGames coming up about 4 weeks from when we're filming. So like I know you all like whatever happens you'll be happy, but like what are your hopes? What do you think your team can do? Your teams can do because you got 3 teams. One, you're going to be coaching 3 teams, which is going to be a challenge in itself. But
yeah.
What are your hopes? Your aspirations?
Do you want my answer as a person or as a coach?
Let's go with a coach first, and then we'll get a person.
Okay. As a coach, I want people to feel like they got there, they achieved something that they didn't think they could a year ago. That's what I want.
And as Tatiana?
I just want people to have fun and give it their all, not think like I have no idea what the standard is, what the expectations are, how good people are, like out of all the other teams that are going. So like my biggest fear is for us to go and it's going to feel like a slap in the face where we're like just not to the level. There's no way to know until we're there, So I would love for us to be there and be surprised at how good we are and do well. We don't have to win, but I want to win. We need to work more on defense and on offense. We're working well. Things are starting to click, so we're getting glimpses of what we could be like team, but we still have to push ourselves to the limit. We're not pushing ourselves to the limit. We're not going to reach that tiredness where we make mistakes. We don't make mistakes. While we're tired, we're not going to learn and develop and get bigger and get stronger. We've got to push ourselves every single time. You get tired, guys. Rotate, not even just here. Like our club is huge. We have one competitive team. So if you're not going to hustle, someone else is.
I knew nobody involved in Sióga. I think my sister sent this to me on Instagram. I think that's what happened. But the people that I've met on this team are my closest friends. These are my friends. These are my family. This is my community. Like I couldn't imagine my life without them. And it's just been an amazing journey over the last year. Seeing these people develop as basketball players, develop within the queer space, and just building friendships with them, and like that's going to be lifelong,
Like I've met some people here that will probably be in my life forever, and like I'm on the committee as well, and seeing we went from 5 to I think 12 now, possibly 13. And the way that all these people want to be involved we had an open day yesterday and it was full of people. I wasn't there, unfortunately, but apparently like the vibes were insane. Everyone was just buzzing. And people feel so safe here. And it's just like, every time I'm asked to talk about it, I get speechless because I can't put into words how amazing it is. Like, I just want everybody to feel the safeness that we can give in Shamrock Sióga, you know? It's, I don't know, I can't put it into words.